Your Words Destroyed My Planet, the stream series. A Setlist. Chapter 5.
Years. It's been 2 years. Your ghost alien buddy sends you all over the goddamn place for a stupid key, drops the knowledge that the world is going to end in your lap, and then ghosts you for 2 years. You guess, given that he is some kind of pre-ghost, that's fitting, but it's not cool. It's a hell of a time between then and now. That whole plague thing is still there. Everyone's still freaked out about that, and rightly so, but you guess the shine kind of comes off of one apocalyptic event when there's others competing. At least you don't have to feel bad about global warming anymore. The ice caps are going to blip into nothingness along with the rest of your planet. You can count that as a silver lining, you guess. The world changed really goddamn fast when the news about the planets going missing and what it meant for Earth broke. The panic, the religious weirdness, and the conspiracy theorists were all things that anyone could have predicted. Less predictable, but kind of sadder in a way, was how pretty much every country immediately took action together. That sounds nice in theory, right? You could totally spin it like that. World leaders coming together to save humanity. That sounds way better than rich old fuckers finally facing a problem that they personally will get screwed by and can't bribe away. The total global flight operation was set up within months, unfortunately re-acronymed immediately on the internet as Operation GTFO, since that's basically what they're trying to do. GTFO, as everyone now calls it, aims to get literally every person off of the planet and into space. Every country is represented, and all research must be shared back to the operation as a whole. Different countries are set up to work on different things, and the various governments of each of the countries carry out their missions accordingly. Participation is technically optional, but any country trying to hoard their own research, funds, or anything else would almost certainly find themselves in need of a new head of state, and find their, until very recently present head of state, in need of a new head. Your life personally has changed. Mexico made the decision to change how its schools work. Your kids are there longer, and there's a way bigger emphasis on training them in professions useful for spaceflight. Sam's been bringing home engineering homework that makes your brain hurt just to look at, and Sophia's is heading that way too, despite her being so young. The real question that no one wants to ask is not if you'll get space travel, because with everyone focused on it this much, you definitely will, but if everyone will get to go. There's 8 billion people on the planet right now. That's a lot of people to evacuate. If you can't take everyone, then, well, how do you decide who you do take? Everyone seems to be avoiding the question, because there's no way that you can make that call without it being horrific. You know that someone in your family makes it in order for you to have a grandson and a great-grandson, but that doesn't tell you nearly enough. The point is that you're grateful to have your mom deliver you a location in your dreams. Now that your wife knows that Solix is telling you things about the future, she has no objections to you going. There's not exactly a lot of tourism these days. Jet fuel isn't the kind of thing people are willing to waste anymore. If you have enough money to charter a private flight, however, then you can go. Thanks to Solix, you do have that kind of money. You fly to South Africa. The country, not the continent. Actually, yeah, okay, it's both, but still. Specifically, you get your ass all the way down to the very itty-bittiest tip of the whole continent, the most southern part of all of Africa, where the Atlantic and Indian Oceans collide. It's January, so it's really nice here. It's the southern hemisphere, after all, so the seasons are the other way around. You watch the sea and try to figure out how to get your alien to appear. Eventually, you have no choice but to sit down on the ground and start flicking through your Spotify library, singing a bit of everything until you stumble on whatever it is that you're supposed to sing. You're almost mad that it's a song as dumb as The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny that does it. You get to the first chorus before the red and blue lightning hits. Unfortunately for Solix, they strike just south of where you are. Given that you're on the most south bit of land there is, that means he gets dropped right in the sea. After a stream of alien cursing, Solix scrambles up onto land and looks at you wide-eyed. It's been a while, man, you say as he gets closer. For you? Solix asks as he comes to a stop by you. Yeah, man. 2 years. What about you? You question him curiously. He doesn't look any older, but you don't either, even if you feel it. Wow, not that long for me. Not even close, Solix says. So, tell me about my family, you say. You mean Dave? My Dave? Solix says with a confused frown. What? No. No offense to my great-grandson, but I care about my family, my kids, you tell him. Solix doesn't look like he understands, and you try to remember that English isn't his first language. Not that it's yours either, but you should try this again. Last time you said that you were going to find out what happens to my family, because the world's ending and we need to leave. You said you didn't know, and you said you'd find out. You explain. Solix is an alien that you don't actually know all that well. His features aren't human, his eyes are blank, he's very alien. But the look on his face now is the one you've seen on your kids' faces many times before. The, oh shit, I forgot about my homework face. You didn't find out, did you? You breathe, your voice barely more than a whisper. I don't remember this when I wake up. I'm trying. I'm sorry, Solix says, looking horrified. Just remember, it's... Ugh! You cover your face with your hands and turn and walk away and back a few times, just to try to give this anger and desperation some outlet. I'm sorry, Solix says again. You suck in a breath and hold it. Just keep calm. You breathe out and look at him. How many people get off of the planet? You question him. Pretty much everyone, I think. Some people chose to stay, but in school they said you got basically everyone. Solix tells you readily, presumably happy to be able to tell you something. So, we probably are going to get off of Earth, okay? Okay. What thing is it here that you need? I'm not touching it, because whenever I do that, you vanish on me, but I want to know what it is. You ask. Solix looks about and then walks over to the monument that's set up at this landmark. He stops and points at the ground. Looking at it, you see that there's a painted stone, about fist-sized, that someone's decorated and left there. It reads, Our last trip to Africa, January 1st, 2023. And underneath that is a painted earth surrounded by space and stars. Is there something that I can do that'd make it more likely that my family gets on a spaceship? Was there some kind of system for working out who gets out first? You ask him, looking up from the stone to him. I don't think so. I'm on a troll ship. We don't have a lot of humans. We learn human history, but it's what humans tell us. If they did something like that... Solix winces. They might not admit to it. Great. Is there nothing you can do to make sure you remember to find out about my family for next time? You ask desperately. I don't know. I'm asleep. It's not like I can... Solix pauses. What? You ask slowly. I'm asleep right now. I don't move my body when I'm walking around here, he says. Yeah, there's things in your brain that stop you acting out your dreams, unless you're a sleepwalker. I don't know how it works for your species. You agree. No, it's the same. But Solix frowns. I can move stuff with my mind and things. I don't know the word in English. Maybe I can move me and then leave myself a message. Wait, if you're going to do that, you need to make it a message that makes sense. I've left myself notes when I'm half asleep, and they're nonsense. You tell him quickly. What happened to my family? Something like that? If I write it in English, I'll know it won't be about my Dave's family. He doesn't speak English. Solok suggests. Oh, yeah, that's smart. So you're going to, what, find a pen? You ask. Solok makes an indecisive noise and holds his hand out in front of him, palms facing you. He glows red and blue all over and even floats off of the floor with his knees folded under him like he's kneeling on something. Solok says something in Troll, but you don't understand it. But then, the words, "What happened to my family?" start to appear in the air. He's just getting to the question mark when he flickers out of view. Something of him is clearly still there, but it takes about a minute before he comes back together again, except now he's sprawled on the ground. "What happened?" you ask in alarm. "I don't know. It felt like I nearly woke up," he groans. "Are you okay?" You check and crouch down next to him. You feel bad for tearing into him. He's obviously trying to help, even if he's not actually managing to right now. "I think..." He winces. You smell something. Smell is a useful sense with spirits and ghosts. Not because they stink or anything, but it's more that there can be clues in that. You've spoken to ghosts who smell like this, usually ones who've died in fires. Worse still, if you listen carefully, you can hear a very faint but shrill noise, an alarm. "Do you smell burning?" you ask him slowly. Ow! Solok slaps his hand over his eyes. "You need to wake up. I'm going to get this rock. Stay there, and remember to find out about my family," you tell him, and hurry over to the monument. As soon as you snag the rock, Solok vanishes. Well, shit, you hope he's okay. You hope you're going to be okay.